Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Rahul here. Yeah, so today I decided to link out with a friend who's a producer. His name's Mo. And yes, my first time linking out with him, and he lives out in SF. So I had to make a little journey out in this fucking. It's like literally like a storm. It was like a process to get here and stuff. But like, yeah, we here now. We just waiting for him because that boy sleep. So like should be a dope time. I know he's like a super talented musician. We're gonna have to get the vibes right. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
So we can mix this with a Kanye song and try to do something like both. Okay. So we'll do that tempo. My heart wanted to do 82. That's why.
I feel it.
This is 82.
Bro, yeah, you get addicted to tempos.
Oh man, dude, 96 is my fucking jam. All right, let's see if I can come up with something.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking with that.
That was the loop. I think it was right there. There it is. So what I'll do is usually I'll get like a loop like that. I always have things recording just as like a force of habit.
Interesting. Okay.
Always. Like as soon as
Good
Ableton
work
opens
culture.
up, it's literally always recording.
Oh,
That's
that's
why I
not a
have
feature of
external
Ableton?
hard drives. No, that's why I have external hard drives. It's not a feature of Ableton, but
Okay.
I'll just press record as soon as I open up because, you know, sometimes actually 99% of the time the first thing that you come up with is usually like the best thing, especially over a track. So like if you're
Okay.
if you're recording like you have like a full beat or something, you're trying to record vocals, like don't think about lyrics, just go up to the mic and just like make noises. The
That's-
first thing that you make noises to is usually
Yeah,
the best one.
the melody or like whatever, like.
Whatever comes to your mind first, even if it's cheesy, because it's like once you get in your head and you start thinking, oh, that wasn't good enough, or I could do a better take. It's
Yeah.
it's a fucking dangerous rabbit hole.
It's really interesting. I really like this quote, and it's like, what you do best is what you know, not how you do. And it's like,
Yeah.
in that example, it's like, you don't really know what you're doing as you like make these noises, but like, just fucking embrace that and like.
Exactly, man. No, exactly. 100%. Yeah. Jaco Pastorius. I don't know if you know who he is.
Nah, he sounds like a motherfucker in like the medieval ages.
Dude, he's one of the best bassists of all time. He had a quote something like, "When I practice, I think intently. When I play live, I do my best to not think at all." Like that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Let's see if this is this actually will loop correctly. It's not gonna loop correctly. The timing is gonna be weird, but that's okay. See, it's gonna loop there, but. I'm just gonna play the chords and then I'll do that little riff thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good. Alright, so then I have that. I'll duplicate this, and then I'll go back here, I'll grab this guy, and then pull it back. Then we can have a drop right here. now what I'll do is I'll put the guitar down and
Could you try one more thing on that guitar?
yeah.
Could you try one part? I always like in like rock songs or that type of like song. They kind of have like a to like add energy.
Oh, I know what you're saying, like power chord.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me change the tone though, because this tone's
I just want to see how that sounds with this. Like, this could be in like a different like section.
yeah, no, I feel you.
This is already like fire.
Thanks, man. Let's see.
Man, this shit inspires me to get like way better at the guitar. Cause like
You can get a lot of ideas out with the
the
guitar.
melody in and of itself is like, it's just like something you wouldn't come up with just with like a MIDI. Really?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, no, melody's nice. I mean, melody is like, for me, it's like I'm singing.
Yeah.
Always, no matter what instrument I'm playing, I'm singing in my head, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to like, when I'm alone, like right now I won't do it because I don't want to read you out, but like I'll literally go like while I'm playing, you know. So then I'll put the guitar down, and then what I'll do is now I'll try like I'll do like a quick mix. I know most people try to say like don't mix
Yeah.
until you're done. I think that's horse shit, but it just really depends on your style.
Facts. I always mix as I go as well. I've heard a tip, but I haven't tried it yet. But someone said like for guitars, you want to basically like, get rid of like a lot of high end.
It depends. It really, really depends on the guitar. It depends on a whole bunch of things.
Okay.
What you want to do?
What about adding beat? That's what I meant. That's what I was supposed to say.
Oh, that's an interesting. I guess if you have a lot of resonances,
Yeah.
like that's a resonance, I'll pull that down. And then I hear another resonance around like 600.
Yeah. You already heard that.
Yeah. And I usually will hear another resonance. Like 500. Hear the difference?
Yeah.
So now, even though that sounds kind of windy, and like when the bass comes in and the drums, it'll sound crazy good. So I'll have this in the way in the background. But what I'll do, I'll show you something cool. I'll add something called a micro shift.
Okay.
Which basically stereolizes everything.
Okay.
But I'll put everything below 300 hertz.
And mono.
Yes. And then I'll detune to about like 130, and then I won't delay the signal too much. And then I'll just pick whichever one I like the most. Check it. See, that one's too phasey for me.
Yeah. I like that one too.
Yeah, me too. So then I'll take the mix, I'll go all the way down.
And decide how much to add.
Perfect, right? So this is without everything.
Yeah, this is fucking puny and
It'll still work, but it's not the same.
it's not the same.
It's whatever you learn first is the one that you stick with. So like that first decision is kind of like really important, you know. A lot of people will not clean their tracks like off the jump. I do because I can hear the noise when I'm like almost done with the track and it'll bother me. But by that point in time, I'm too lazy to like fucking do this. So what I'll end up doing is just deleting the track.
Does he do this for you? You don't make anything.
So grab that, and since these are the same, I'll just do it and then delete them. We're not even listening to the track that I'm cleaning, but I kind of know where it should be cleaned. It's kind of obvious.
I mean, but even the signal is pretty good still. Like,
Let's see. So let me do this one actually really quick first too. Here, grab this, make this one the big one. First, grab a quick EQ. Ooh, actually, fucking right on the money. So I would cut off the top end on this. Do you know why? Because of this peak here. This
that one
peak.
right there.
This peak is at like almost beyond our hearing.
Yeah.
It's because my monitors are on. How weird is that? The monitors are getting picked up by because they're on, the pickups in my guitar are picking up a frequency. And that frequency is usually between 15K and 19K or something like that.
Okay.
It could also be my phone or something, I don't really know, but I'll remove that because what it's doing is it's actually taking up volume. So I'll grab the band, this band around here, I'll put like a pretty steep slope, maybe like 48 dB, and then I'll just cut until I start hearing like a change.
Right there.
I'll keep going. So that's almost kind of the tone I'm going for, but I don't want this steep of a slope, so I'll lessen the slope. Is this without it? So it's still a little dark.
Yeah.
That's good. And maybe I'll boost it a little bit. That's too much.
Is that so in those ranges?
Uh-huh. I know this guitar that when I'm playing chords like that, usually around this frequency, there's some really nasty resonances. Right there. There it is. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The key a little bit. So I don't even need to add anything else to that one besides the effects at some point. Let's try this one. This one for sure needs
It needs to get like the other sound.
kind of. It needs. I can tell it needs compression because of these peaks here,
Okay.
and also the you hear that like clank clank sound like.
Uh-huh.
But I'll add EQ first because I know where that's coming from. That's actually this, oddly enough.
Okay. Yeah. Hella boxy.
Boomy. So
Boomy.
like, bro, listen to that. That's gonna be competing with a kick.
It's like my heartbeat.
it's going to be competing with the kick. So I literally will remove that completely. So straight up, I might not even need to add compression. I still will, but like I might not even need to.
Yeah.
And then same thing with this fucker. But I'll do a little bit different because with filters, whatever frequency you, with high pass and low pass filters, whatever frequency you stop it at, the frequency where the cutoff is gets accentuated. And so if you high pass and low pass everything at the same place, those frequencies become accentuated, multiplied.
Yeah.
And so what you end up with is, depending on the EQ type, you'll end up with like an over, what's the term, masking. You'll end up with masking at those frequencies. Not only masking, but you'll also end up with like a weird accentuation of like a certain frequency.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll do it by ear, and if I get too close to the other one, I'll like kind of like reassess. But for me, I actually kind of would want to cut this pretty low. And then I'll bump. I'll find where I like to bump it. That's boxy. That sound?
Yeah, how many? Is it 500?
It doesn't, don't think about frequency ranges, but it is between 400 and 600 usually. 400 and 700, okay. But that like, that sound, yeah, that's what's boxy.
Could you bypass it and then play it? Okay.
So if I'm
trying to understand that tone better, because like in my vocals, I want to get like boxiness out, but like I only recently learned about like maybe there's like a certain range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what boxy sounds like, and then if I remove it. So I'm accentuating it, and the reason I'm accentuating it is because I hear it in this sound, and I want to kind of want to remove just a little bit. That's good. That's how it was before. And with the EQ, just EQ. And then what I'll do is I'll compress it. Be careful with compression after EQ, because what you're doing with EQ is you're cutting frequencies out and you're making minor changes, like maybe minus 2 dB here. Compression is compressing the signal, and so that minus 2 dB that you did initially might end up really being minus 0.25 when you compress the signal. Because think about it, you're recompressing the signal.
Yeah.
With EQ, you're cutting things out or you're accentuating things. When you compress, so usually, actually I don't even want to say usually, you can or you cannot compress before or after EQ, depends on what you want to do. So for me, what I want to do is, I kind of want to make that like more, because I cut out the sub part of it. So what I'll do is I'll make the attack, and I'll show you how it sounds. So like, this is what's being compressed, that sound. I'll make it like a really high ratio. That's what's being compressed. Okay. So now I'm going to take the attack, I'm going to move it until I hear the pluck sound more aggressive, which I already know from experience is usually around like 8 to like 20 something. So let's see how that's like. Okay, so notice how I'm not getting the initial part of the transient. I'm not getting the dun, I'm getting the want part of it.
Is this what's being cut out right now?
That's what's being compressed.
Compressed?
Yes. Do you hear how it's going won't?
Yeah. Every once in a while.
Yeah. I'll turn it down a little bit more. You hear that?
Okay.
as opposed to a really fast attack, which is catching the clip part. You hear the click, click, click.
Yeah.
I don't want to compress that. I want to accentuate the punch. So I'm waiting to compress to here. So now what's happening, think about it like on like a...
I feel like I understand attack decently well, because like it's like a piano. It's like the harder you play a piano, the faster the sound like gets to where it's at. Like
yes.
So like if you play it slowly, it's like a slower attack.
Close. Compression, so the way that compression works, if you have a waveform that's like, let's say you have a waveform that's like this. If you have a fast attack, you're chopping this part off.
Yeah.
If you have a slow attack, you're chopping this part off. Why? Now, so the reason
You'd be chopping this.
No, you'd be leaving this because the compressor is waiting to be attacked.
Okay.
And so the waveform you end up with a fast attack looks something like this. Like almost even. With a slow attack, you'll end up with something where this part is accentuated because what's being compressed is the part after it.
Oh,
Compression is a really complicated thing. It takes fucking a long time to understand.
So it's actually beefing, or it's actually accentuating
the transient.
The first part of the sound.
Transient.
The transient.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is the highest peak of a waveform. It's a transient.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
that's why they compress drums.
Yeah.
If it
they want
didn't
that
work
transient?
that way, like, then why would you compress? I mean, there's a whole... I don't want to make, like, big statements or anything, but, like, usually for drums, especially acoustic drums, they're too transient deep, so you'll use two compressors, and this is where it gets a little confusing. You'll use a fast attack to even out and give the drums a little bit more body, aka lessen the transient, but then you use another compressor to re-emphasize a little bit more of the transient that you cut off in the beginning.
Okay.
So for guitar, what I'm doing here is I had that fat transient in the beginning from the fucking...
Yeah.
I lost a little bit of it because I EQ'd it out. So now I want to bring it back, but I don't want the sub part to be accentuated. I want the other part. You'll hear how it sounds. So this is what's being compressed now. I won't use like a super high ratio. Fuck it. Let's use a super high ratio. And then I'll turn the knee. Knee is another thing we can talk about at some point. What release does is a whole different thing. It's like either vibe, so you can use release as a vibe, like a vibe thing, like how fast the compressor is pulling up. So like you ever listen to K-Tronada?
Mm-hmm.
Like K-Tronada's beats have this like breathing sound. That's partially because of how the release on the compressor is set.
Yeah, it's
there's
a lot of energy in it.
Right. And so you can use release either in a clinical way, which is kind of like what I'm doing right now, where I just really want the transient to be clipped or the transient to be accentuated, and that's it. And again, that 60 millisecond rule applies here too. If I go below 60 milliseconds, it might sound kind of weird. Versus 90 milliseconds. That sounds way more natural. This is without it. This is with it. Listen to the pluck.
Yeah.
Way harder, right? So then what I'll do, and this is a Fab Filter plugin, so remember I was talking about the 100% thing? Sometimes I'll go to 200.
Oh, why?
Because the Fab Filters plugins, I don't know, they're just really good. Like, I won't do the 99% thing. Sometimes I'll go harder. Because I want to, sometimes like, this is 100%.
But you want it a little bit more.
Yeah, so I'll crank it just a little. Yeah, right there. See, that's money.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll turn the attack a little slower. Do you hear how hard that pluck is now?
Yeah.
Without it? Well, okay, there's a volume difference now. Let me adjust it for the volume. Okay, so now the volumes should be matched. It's without it. This is with it. Right? It's hitting harder.
Yeah.
So now what I'll do for this guitar, because I do want it to be a little bit distorted, instead of using, maybe I should just use the captainer. Fuck it. I was gonna try to be creative, but
I feel like this plugin just puts in hella work.
it really does.
So you said to get the whole bundle, Sound Toys?
Yeah, Sound Toys 5, and then
Crazy
it's gonna
price.
be crazy on sale for Black Friday.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that shit for sure. Cause I'm not really like a, I don't know, I don't spend much on like clothes and like a lot of shit, honestly.
Me too, man. I've been wearing the same shit for years.
Yeah, but like, I feel like this is just something, that's an investment right there.
Yeah, if you take the time and you learn it, it's for sure an investment, you know? We could take it two different directions. We could do like a Dilla thing. Like that feeling, or like, or
What if we go halfway in between the Dilla and the original pattern? The one you had just played previously.
that's kind of hard.
I don't know if that's possible.
It's for sure possible. It's
I'm
hard.
throwing shit out that I don't know of, you know?
Let's use this one, but we'll
Yeah, I like this pattern.
I like that. There's one loop. It's kind of funny. We actually started on the 2, so all of this should be moved over to great here. And then if I bring this back. Let's do something simpler. There's the one. Find your one. It's important.
live drum sounds or drum instruments.
Drum machines or
Drum little instruments and stuff.
oh, on everything.
Everything?
Always, yeah. Just for
Nice.
I mean, it's even for fun.
Yeah.
All right, what I'm gonna do is a little weird here. I'm literally just gonna delete the kick. I don't like the kick. At least the snare will keep me tempo, and I'm gonna use my bass as like a guider as to like where the bass should, where the kick should be. You'll see what I mean in a second. That should work. Right. So now if I so come back, I'll show you this is where the filter comes in. So I like this tone. I don't know if it'll filter. Until I find a point that I kinda like. Which for me is right there. So pro tip. If you want your synth to not sound out of tune, you take the resonance and you crank it, turn your volume down, take the resonance, crank it all the way until it self-oscillates, which you'll hear. You hear that?
Yeah.
And then I'll tune that. Now it's in tune with the key that I was playing, so now I'll turn the resonance back down. Right? Okay, so now I have that. Now what I want to do is I want to use another envelope. I don't know how familiar you are with attack, decay, sustain, release, envelope, that kind of thing.
I'm decently, yeah.
Okay, so there's a filter envelope which has attack, decay, sustain, release. There's an envelope amount here which I can turn. You get that sound, right? Depending on the decay,
A little pluck.
you can get it to be long or really quick. You turn the attack, so the attack's little, so it goes womp. Right? Okay, so I have that. What I'll do is, for this, let me listen to this song.
How long do you think it took you to like kind of like get the hang of this, or was it always
Year
just
and a
kind of
half.
fun at the start?
Year and a half
Year and a half.
of like really intense like really into, like I learned this shit, which is like once you learn that shit, that all of this is easy.
Okay.
This shit is like,
Yeah,
just look at it, man. Like it's like fucking
Nah, I don't
it's
even know.
mad scientist shit.
Yeah.
Here's this is a filter. This is a filter. This is a math module. Like it literally does algorithms and stuff for sound design.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So there's this thing is fucking insane. Alright, so I need to change the attack. Okay. So we have that. And then I want to kind of make it like, I want to cut out some of the low end. This is a filter coming from this side of the frequency spectrum. So you can see it cuts out all the low end. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, this one. I don't know if I want resonance on this patch. Let's try it with resonance, get it a little louder. This always sounds good.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
how fucking cool.
what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of amp modulation. Hear how it's going? Yeah. And then filter modulation. Both. High pass and low pass. And then I'll turn this down until I can barely hear. And then now this controls it.
Damn.
Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll use aftertouch. We'll use aftertouch.
Is that like an effect?
Aftertouch is like,
Okay.
so I use it for leads usually to get the that sound is
Okay.
me pushing down on the fucking keys. We'll do this. I'll do pulse width modulation with this too, so it gets even nuttier. And both filters are being modulated also. So this
Yeah.
is like a really heavy. Everything is really subtle. If I changed it to be not subtle, right?
Yeah.
That's dude. Look at where it is on the spectrum. It's like 10%. This is 100%. So if you go down to like less than right there, like money. Isn't that pretty? That
That's
sounds.
fire. That sound.
So if you go in front of the speakers, I'll show you how that sounds. You can hear it with the pan spread. So.
Play the mid high. That sounds crazy.
Okay, so that's kind of a cool patch, and then I'll use effects. This thing has built-in effects, so I'll use probably a chorus, which I have like my favorite setting. Yeah, stay over there because you can actually hear the chorus. It's gonna sound fucking crazy.
Damn, that's so sick. Like how like once you know it, like you can just make insane sounds.
That's the idea, man. It's the dream of when I started doing this was to be able to reproduce what was in my head really quickly, and now I feel like I can. Okay, I think I'll add a phaser. It depends on which one. That one's too much. I'll turn it really slow.
That's sick.
So like maybe like 10. And then there's this knob that's a slop knob, which basically makes everything kind of go a little bit more vintagey, out of tune. Things start kind of getting fucked up. I love it. It's like my favorite thing. I'll
Yeah.
crank it
Yeah, just press play. It'll start from there.
And then you just go right here.
Ooh, keep it playing. I just have to play. I'm gonna fuck up a bunch, but bear with me. I like that. Yeah, I like that part too. Try to save that chunk.
I just didn't want you to save it because it would stop it because it hasn't been saved yet. Let me just hear all that sound. That's fucking dope.
Yeah, fuck around with it, man. Let me set up a new track for you.
Yeah. You said A?
Yeah, it's in A minor. So basically C major. Let me turn off that melody. Can I give you a dope patch?
Yeah. I'm thinking of
Okay, so now when you play, if you okay, so if you play and you let go before you play another note, it'll do that. But if you hold the note,
Okay.
so
That's fire.
and if you push, so if I go.
it's really expressive. So fuck around with that, and this is how you transpose octaves.
Alright, so let me show you how I process this shit. So
Yeah, my bad.
no, you're good. So I'll take all the synth sounds that I have. I'll start with the chords. And then I already did a little bit of EQ. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll widen it. So
Okay.
160.
Yeah, I love
Pretty good.
I love that.
And then I'll do this little trick here, which is there's a preset for it, but it's also just like a common trick. You take the right and the left channels and you separate them and you boost them at different points, so it makes everything seem wider. Yeah, that's a lot wider. So I'll take that, and then where there's conflicting frequencies, which I already know is probably going to be around like that fucking. Actually, I don't know if there's going to be conflicting frequencies. I feel like this is a good pattern. Then I'll take the other second one, and then I'll gain stage it. Which I don't know if you're familiar with gain staging at all.
My idea of it is like you kind of bring everything down and then slowly, one by one, mix. But I might be talking about something completely different.
Yeah, no. Gain staging is you want to get your RMS to like -18. So
Okay.
so that means like you see how low this is.
Yeah.
I want this dark green part to be hitting -18 like pretty consistently. So I'll take this. I'll take my clip volume usually and crank it. Just from memory, I think it needed like about 7 dB. So I'm still low. I could still probably go another. Let's just do 10. So that's good. Okay, and then so I'll have that. And then this one needed to be gain stage too. Or no, it didn't. Perfect. Alright, so that one doesn't need to be gain stage. And then yours needed to be gain stage too. What you were playing needed to be gain stage too. It's like too quiet. So let's see. It's always better to be too quiet when you're recording than too loud.
So each instrument at least has to meet that mark.
Yeah, because then you're like working with, you're not working, when you add plugins and stuff, plugins are dependent on like the volume that you have the clip volume at. They don't treat every audio the same. Audio that's like hitting 18 negative, RMS of like -18, it treats it appropriately. Like it's the correct volume for the plugin to work.
Okay.
If you're too loud, the plugin will usually like in the analog world it's the same thing. It'll be like distorting, or it just won't sound good. So you just want to gain stage so that you have all your tracks are like an equal-ish volume. When you start mixing and adding plugins, all the plugins like work correctly, and it's sort of just like cleaning up,
Yeah.
So this one I can tell from the peak volume. The peak volume is really low, but the RMS is pretty good. So I would add maybe like 6 dB to this, and then let's see what the RMS gets up to. Yeah, see, it's consistently hitting 18.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So then I would take all 3 synth. This one I already turned down to mix. My thought is, in order to make both of these work, either I would have to play them at separate points, or so I would like, one way to do it would be have this be the second part. And then so it would be like this. Oops. Oh wait, I should change that back to. Take a second. It always takes a second. Computers. Alright, let's do some cool shit with this effect for this. First thing, I want to EQ out that like that like.
Yeah.
This is a super pro tip. Cutting out the fundamental leaves only the texture. So you use that for pads, not necessarily for lead lines, but listen to the difference in the sound.
Yeah.
Huge difference. So for chords and stuff, it can be a pretty cool fucking thing. I kind of want this sound to be underwater, because it's going to sound really cool.
There's this song that I really like. It's by Vaddepalli. It's called Dakiti. You may have heard of it. But Dakiti, that's the name of the song. A lot of it is underwater, or like there's a lot of underwater sounds, and like that's like a lot of the vibe. And it's like such a good song, and like me and my friends, it's like been one of our favorite songs, like as of recently.
Oh, damn. Yeah, no, that underwater texture is like a modern thing. It's like a very cool. Drake was kind of the first one to like kind of not pioneer it, but his producer Noah Shabib.
Yeah.
He kind of like made that happen. But one of the things that he did was really cool is he doesn't actually EQ that way. He doesn't like put like a high pass. He'll use something. He'll like reduce the bit depth. So I'll show you what that sounds like.
Or bit depth or resampling or something like that.
Bit depth.
Oh, okay.
Or not bit depth. Bit rate.
Bit rate.
Sample rate. Sorry.
Sample rate. Yeah, we were in between.
Yeah. The sample rate.
Yeah, and it'll sound like it'll give that ambiance.
Well, it like you're literally degrading the audio. But you see how that sounds underwater now?
Yeah. You want to try adding a delay? See just how that sounds?
Yeah, that comes in a second. Let me just, I'm just trying to get this, there it goes. That kind of sounds like a vocal almost.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll add that, and then what I'll do for, I think if we want to get that underwater sound, instead of a delay, using, an ambience, like an ambience, so like a large.
Yeah.
That already sounds fucking crazy. It almost sounds like a vocal.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll add a delay after.
Okay.
But the delay will be kind of cool in terms of like, what I want it to do is to be 3D. So the way that I make it 3D is, I'll show you. This fucking thing can come up.
Ping pong that bitch?
You can. I'm gonna just see if I can do it this way first. I'm cutting off a lot of the highs and the lows on the delayed signal, so it sounds like it's going further away.
Nice. Sounds fucking magical.
I'm serious.
Alright.
Can you hand me the kabasa? It's the round circle thing. Nope, left. Yep, that's a kabasa. Alright, let's try it. Let's see how those. So with work.
looks like professional. Like.
It's a replica of a $20,000 microphone.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's
wow.
It's like $900, but it sounds like the 20K. Damn. This is the power source for it. It's like a no joke, no fuck around fucking mic. Dude.
So you said that shocked you or the thing under it?
I don't know. Something shocked the fuck out of me, man. Yeah, it's not. It's fucking awful. Like,
yeah,
you can die from that shit if it's not. I know that this house is not like properly grounded, so it's not great.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn,
But hey, man, music is important.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you got this car engine attached to it.
Alright, so that should sound kind of cool. So once I mix it, it'll sound fucking cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then where did the... Kind of like that. So you're kind of throwing the kitchen sink whenever you're doing percussion. You're like throwing the kitchen sink at the wall, and you're trying to see what fucking sticks.
Yeah.
And then, so let's see. And then when you finally get like kind of something that you like a little bit, that's when you can like do little adjustments and get it to sound fucking. I like to do like bus processing, which is like basically like what we did with the guitars, where I put all the guitars into one group.
Okay.
And then I process them as if it was one instrument.
Yeah.
Just to save CPU, but also like you're recording it with the same mic in the same position at the same gain level. Like it's gonna be very similar. You know?
Yeah. True. That's cool. Yeah, you can add like any last minute effects and it'll affect everything.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just gain staging real quick. Okay, and then duplicate that. Oh, what did I do here? Oh, let me add a couple claps. Hey, round of applause, baby. Okay. That first clap was so aggressive.
Yeah.
I clipped the shit out of this thing. You can do fun stuff with claps. Distort them like crazy.
Like some like car sound, like a car like revving its engine or something.
Oh, dude, that's a good idea.
I don't know, something like that. Yeah, like a car.
Bro, that was a bass 2 seconds ago. Dude.
And
That was a DI bass 2 seconds ago.
yeah, it was hella high up. I remember.
That is spooky as fuck.
It is. Perfect for a fucking Halloween and shit.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. Dude, do you know what you wanna? Are you gonna dress up, or do you have any?
So what I'll do usually here is I'll add another track, and then what I'll do is I'll resample that. So I'll take Nasty, it's called Nasty, and then let me put that there.
Mess with it a little bit more.
Usually it just cleans everything up, so I only have one track to deal with. So I'll take that, I'll mute this, I'll keep this, but what I'll do is I'll like turn everything off so it's not taking up CPU space.
And kind of tuck it away.
Exactly, I usually put it at the top of the project. Like way up here. Just a little bit faster. Like way up here.
Yeah.
And then I'll close it. But did I just move the wrong one? I did move the wrong one. No, I did. So up there. And then I'll just
Damn, and it's just tucked away.
and then this one is now the resampled. But do you hear that noise?
Yeah.
So usually I'll cut that out. So then I can clean up. Again, audio is like, for me personally, I think it's the easiest to work with. Oh fuck. Just as I cut it off. But
Yeah, I do. I think audio is better to work with.
Just put down some vocals. Let it all flow, yeah, you already know. Curse that is cold, I just feel this store. Yeah, I'm feeling on a fucking mat. Yeah, I'm feeling all this fucking rapping. I'm sitting on this beat, and it's Halloween on this week. On this note, and I'm fat. Hey, what you gonna be? I'ma be the cause, all the fit in tune.